One, two, three. I am Atma Brahmana Kaya Mano Buddhi Jai Bolo Mahapran Ki Jai Bolo Mahapran Ki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki. One, two, three. One, two, three, go. I'm Atma Brahmana Kaya Mano Buddhi Jai Bolo Mahapran Ki Jai Bolo Mahapran Ki. One, two, three, go. Atma Brahmana Kaya Mano Buddhi Jai Bolo Mahapran Ki Jai Bolo Mahapran Ki Jai Bolo Mahapran Ki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki. Thank you. Namaskaram, everybody. It's a 25-day countdown from Hanuman Jayanti to Dinesh Jayanti. That's my golden jubilee. So 25 to 50, and here's a challenge for you. I just would like you to replicate my very simple steps, which might sound, according to my daughter, more like kindergarten steps with nursery rhymes. But there's a lot of deep wisdom and yogic knowledge and yogic mudras packed into this. So let me explain to you what it's all about. The inspiration for this is, of course, Aum Shrimad Rama Lakshmana Janaki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki Rama Lakshmana Janaki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki Rama Lakshmana Janaki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki Rama Lakshmana Janaki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki. That very same Hanuman, as a child, went to eat up the sun, one of whose names is the Lord of the Day, Dinesh, Din Ka Ishwar. So he who came to eat me up, to make me into nothingness, is actually himself an avatar of nothingness. Shivavatara, 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 Pahimam. Bajrang Bali, Bajrang Bali, Bajrang Bali, Rakshamam. Narada Shishya, Narada Shishya, Narada Shishya, Pahimam. Tulasidas Gurave, Tulasidas Gurave, Tulasidas Gurave, Rakshamam. Aum Anjaneyaya Vidmahe, Ramadhutaya Dhimahi. Tanno Hanumanta Prachodayat. Anjaneya, Anjaneya, Anjaneya Pahimam. Hanumanta, Hanumanta, Hanumanta Rakshamam. Maruti, Maruti, Maruti Pahimam. Ramadhuta, Ramadhuta, Ramadhuta Rakshamam. Anjani Putra, Anjani Putra, Anjani Putra Pahimam. Bhayu Putra, Bhayu Putra, Bhayu Putra Rakshamam. Bhima Sahodara, Bhima Sahodara, Bhima Sahodara Pahimam. Prasananjaneya, Prasananjaneya, Prasananjaneya Rakshamam. Viranjaneya, Viranjaneya, Viranjaneya Pahimam. Bhaktanjaneya, Bhaktanjaneya, Bhaktanjaneya Rakshamam. Pavanaputra, 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 Pahimam, Vanarashreshta, 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 Rakshamam. So as I said, he is an avatar of Shiva or nothingness and wanted to convert Dinesh or the sun into nothingness, that is Shiva, that is himself. It's all one and the same. And today being Hanuman Jayanti, exactly 25 days from now is my Golden Jubilee. And as your gift to my Golden Jubilee, my birthday, on 21st of January 2021, which happens to be a Thursday, exactly the day that I was born at 7:22 a.m. in 1971. The same year that UAE and a few other countries were born too. Well, now coming to the mudras, the very simple mudras, the Chin Mudra, the Chinmaya Mudra, the Adhi Mudra, and the Merudanda. Now, in each and every one of these, the pointing finger refers to I, the real I, while the thumb refers to Brahman or the supreme reality. Now, usually the thumb is separated from the rest of the fingers. So what does this mean? What are the other three fingers? The other three fingers represent our qualities or gunas, namely the sattvic guna, the best or biggest of them all, the rajasic guna, which is next in line, and the tamasic guna. That is basically, we are talking about purity, passion, and lethargy. Now, I am always with these three gunas, but eventually I have to drop these three gunas, including purity or sattvic guna, which is a surprise for many of them. Maybe in stages, you reduce your tamasic guna, you reduce your rajasic guna, and you reduce your sattvic guna too, to become gunatita, trigunatita. That is one who has surpassed all the three qualities. And that's when the I, that is the pointing finger, leaves the other three and joins with the thumb, making a shape which is like zero or nothingness. So in other words, when I separates from the three gunas, recognizing that it's not what it is, then I becomes one with Brahman, and that is nothingness or Shiva. Aham Brahmasmi is one of the Mahavakyas. Along with that, in fact, are three other Mahavakyas corresponding to the three other Vedas. Prajnanam Brahma, which means that consciousness is supreme. Tat Tvam Asi, that thou art. I am Atma Brahma. This Atma is Brahman. And Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman, or the supreme reality. Now this is an evolution where once the student first goes to the teacher, he is told that his conscience or her conscience is what is Brahma or Brahman. And then the student slowly meditates on that and then recognizes that what the Guru told him, that thou art, in the form of this Atma is Brahman and I am Brahman. So, amongst these, I am Atma Brahma is a Mahavakya or a great sentence which comes in the Atharvana Veda as part of the māndūkya Upanishad. Māndūkya literally means a frog, but the Māndūkya Upanishad is considered to be the Upanishad of the Upanishads, the ultimate Upanishad. In any study of Vedanta, one progresses by learning all other Upanishads, the principal Upanishads that is, and eventually learns the Māṇḍūkya Upanishad, because the Māṇḍūkya Upanishad contains the very definition of Atma, Aum, the waking, dream and deep sleep states, Akara, Ukara, Makara, comparing them with Jagruta, Swapna, Sushupti sthanas. This beautiful but short ultimate truth of the Māṇḍūkya Upanishad is the one which contains the Mahavakya, I am Atma Brahma. So what I am saying here is, when we are using the Chin Mudra, we get separated from our qualities and join the Brahman. And that's why I am saying, close to my Anahata Chakra, I am Atma, and then taking my hands up, continuing with the Chin Mudra and saying Brahma. So this is the same Mahavakya, I am Atma, culminating here at Brahma. That is, this Atma is Brahma. And that's why you see this circle or zero or Shivatva or nothingness of I joining with the Brahman or the Supreme Reality. Once we say that, we also say next what we are not. And for that, I come to my Manipuraka, which is the navel center at the solar plexus in the spinal cord. And that's where we were connected in our umbilical cord to our mother, to our source of what? This body. So when I say I'm going to be 50 years old, it's not true. It is this latest body of mine which is going to be celebrating its golden jubilee. But I, the Atma, the Supreme Reality, have been forever and will be forever. Now when I bring in from I am Atma Brahma to say na kaya, that means not the body, I am changing my Chin Mudra to Chinmaya Mudra. What does that mean? Those qualities which I abandoned are recognized to be nothing other than illusion or Maya, so they completely disappear. Even their existence in the past, after my self-realization, was just an illusion. They never were, they never will be, they never are. But it is an imagination of our mind that makes these three. So in the Chinmaya Mudra, we continue with that nothingness of the I or Atma included in Brahman, but then we also make these three disappear. So that is moving from Chin to Chinmaya. That is, you're filled with that consciousness or Chit. So we are saying na kaya. That is what Lakshmana is. Whereas Brahman is Rama, same as I am Atma. So that Atma or Brahma, Rama, is separate from Lakshmana, who is the body, who doesn't have a separate existence, who is temporal. Next, we go on to say, na mano na buddhi. The manas is Sita and the buddhi is Bharata. So when we are saying this, we are saying that not only are we not the body, but we are neither the mind nor the intellect. And when we are saying this, recognize it's another mudra. It's neither the Chin Mudra nor the Chinmaya Mudra, but what is known as the Adhi Mudra, wherein we have recognized that the Brahman that we thought is the supreme reality has vanished too into nothingness, into a wormhole or a black hole, which is at the center of every galaxy and is the very source of the knowledge of gravity and quantum physics, which are yet to be understood in their truest spirit. Now, everything vanishes into nothingness because not only have we recognized the illusory nature of the body, but we have also recognized the illusory nature of the mind, Sita, and the intellect, Bharata. Once this is done, automatically Shatrughna, the ahankara or ego, drops completely because there's nothing. A black hole doesn't even spare light. Everything vanishes into it. Space-time disappears. It warps. So this beautiful song ends with the Merudanda by saying Jai Bolo Mahaprāṇ Ki and showing it in the back because that's where in the spinal cord within our backbone that the Kundalini Shakti rises to express this prana, which many confuse with breath. Yes, it is breath too, but it's not breath alone. It's the very life force. And that's why in many Indian languages also, we say when somebody passes away, that the prana has left. The life force has left. The life force has left from that body so that it is no longer alive. It is a dead body. So, in this sense, we are saying Jai Bolo Mahaprāṇ Ki. That means we are telling victory to that great life, whether it is within this body as of now, or it would be out of it and everywhere else, of course. As it was in my case about 50 years back and will be probably 70 years later if I live a full lifetime of the Vimshottari Dasha of 120 years. But how much ever we live, many great yogis are said to live for hundreds of years and thousands too. But all of that is so minuscule compared to the life of this planet of many billions of years. So, in essence, we are all neonatals, infants. So, let us recognize our smallness both in terms of the time that we exist within this body, mind and intellect, as well as in terms of space. How much of space do we occupy compared to the size of the universe? Absolutely negligible. And our ego, in spite of all of this, is so large. The Shatrughna has to be removed. But who are these three that vanished to start with? They are none other than Ravana, who kidnapped Sita, Kumbhakarna, who helped her, and Vibhishna, who separated from them and came to the side of the real Atma, that is basically Sri Ram. So let us recognize that once the mind is kidnapped by these qualities, in particular rajas or passion, then the only way the Atma can reunite with the mind, that is Rama with Sita, is through the breath, through prāṇāyāma. I have introduced this Anuloma Viloma Prāṇāyāma or Sukha Kriya or Nadi Shodhana, as it is called by many different schools of yoga, in a very simplified way, using the Gayatri mantra as we do during our Trikala Sandhya Vandanam, which we are taught as part of our Upaniṣad. This I have included in my video on Tarpanam. So those of you who are not familiar with the pranayama can go to see that. Of course, there are many different other types of pranayama too, but this is one which can balance our Ida and Pingala energy flows. That is the flow of Kundalini Shakti through our left and right, masculine and feminine types, and basically bring in the energy flow through the Sushumna of neutrality to recognize that we are beyond both the masculine and the feminine, and we are that supreme truth, Brahman. The inspiration for this, of course, came from Rama Lakshmana Janaki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki. What a wonderful bhajan, just two simple lines, but can be sung for hours on end. In the same way, I would like this Vedantic bhajan of I am Atma Brahmana Kaya Manona Buddhi Jai Bolo Maha Prāṇiki to become as popular, because this can speed up our evolution. Yes, evolution is not yet ended with human beings. The human being has an enormous potential to evolve further, and that can be only through Vedanta or Advaita, non-duality. So, thank you very much for sharing this yatra of the inner world with me. And as a gift, I'd like you to just sing this song of just 3 lines, along with those actions that I performed right at the beginning and will show once again. And that would hardly take a few seconds, but if you keep doing that along with those mudras that I have taught you, then we can actually practically recognize the truth behind the māndūkya Upanishads Mahavakya of I am Atma Brahma by relegating our body, mind and intellect and taking the help of the prana or the life force flowing through our Sushumna Nadi. Thank you very much. I look forward to your video of doing this by the time of my birthday as my birthday gift. And the 10 best entries in terms of improvisations over whatever I have done in terms of your video would get return gifts. Thank you. Bye-bye. I'd end with the sound of a conch. Thank you and namaskar. Bye-bye. I am Atma Brahmana Kaya Manona Buddhi Jai Bolo Mahaprāṇiki Jai Bolo Mahaprāṇiki.